From Bacolod City, Negros Occidental, Philippines, Donnie Nietes.
Donnie Nietes entered the fight determined to prove that time away from the ring had not diminished the elite skills that made him a 4-division world champion and one of the most accomplished boxers in Philippine history.
And I think this is highly questionable for the California Commission.
For him, this fight wasn't just a comeback, it was the beginning of what he hoped would be a final, defining chapter in a storied career.
And Jamel Herring, but right now it's Donnie Nietes and Pablo as the WBO junior bantamweight champion, but then vacated the belt when he didn't agree to
and he does just enough to get the job done. But for a fighter like me, I respect and have a lot of just a lot.
It's a massive entertainment facility that they have built. Carrillo's a 10-year pro, he's a veteran at 115 pounds.
Carrillo has, Nietes has that perfect style, especially if you're a little bit older fighter and you don't have the spring in your...
You know, one of the valuable things in boxing is to know where your opponent comes from. And Carrillo, he comes from Colombia. And the thing that comes to my mind, you know, in knowing different countries and styles is his punching power. You know.
42 wins over his career, 38 years old, 23 knockouts. Round 2 scheduled for 10. Julio Paras is our referee in Dubai. Title that he won in April of 2017, then did the same with the WBO junior bantamweight title.
It's just an opportunity to rest those older bones, those muscles, especially if that older fighter,
you have a lot of experience. Nietes has a ton of experience, and you can see how savvy he is in that ring, you know, setting up the younger fighter in Carrillo. Nice uppercut right there from Nietes.
Carrillo himself coming off a layoff of 20 months. Last fight was August of 2019. 4-division champ Nietes against Carrillo, and then we lead to our junior lightweight world championship fight. Earlier, and we're going to get into this more in our lead up to the main event, but there is so much to unwrap when it comes to how you view that fight, whether it's the strategy, whether it's the size. Got to Dubai on March 16th, so he had over 2.5 weeks to acclimate, and Herring got there last weekend.
The whole acclimation point, a week, I think is long enough. I understand that Frampton got there a little bit sooner, and he could feel a little bit more comfortable with the time.
Round 3 here between Nietes and Carrillo.
So what you want to do if you're a veteran like Nietes is you want to have the younger, keep the younger fighter off balance, not let him feel confident to throw that big right hand. He throws it, Nietes counters him, disciplines him. And if you're Carrillo, you can't play that game. You have to press the envelope when you want to press the envelope. And
I would think that Carrillo would have his way early and Nietes would have, but that's not the case right now. So things are looking pretty badly for Carrillo right now. Those are good shots right there from Carrillo.
See that half step back right there from Nietes? It's hard to catch that if you're at home, but that's a lot. That keeps a strong fighter like Carrillo guessing.
Championship in the BA, had that 2016 and 2017, and now here at 130 pounds. 8-22 advantage for Nietes as we begin round number 4.
Look, Mark, I went over to England. I didn't get acclimated. I went there actually a week before the fight. Period. Doesn't matter what time it is. See, it's very important for Carrillo right now to step up the tempo. That's what you need to do against Nietes. He's a vet. Step up the tempo.
Yeah, because right now Carrillo's trying to play chess. with a master chess player.
Make him make decisions and choices quickly. Wear the legs down, beat on the body.
Now on the inside, a two-punch combination from Nietes, and Carrillo immediately fires back. Give him a little
Great
wide with
exchange
that
from
right
both
hand.
guys. And Tim, I think Carrillo needs to pick up that punch he just threw right there, not the right hand, but the jab, in order.
To this point, he's thrown 70 jabs and he's landed 10.
To your point, Dre, not only does he need to throw that jab to the head, he also needs to change levels with it and drop.
Has become a 3-division world champion. He's one of 7 from Northern Ireland now to win, having first won a championship at 122 pounds, trying to do so at 130 pounds. We focus in on right from the start in our world title fight that is coming up right after this co-feature between Nietes and Carrillo.
Carrillo made an attempt to attack, and Nietes just made a smooth move to the left and brought the fight back.
You know, and I think that's been his issue. That's the reason why he's accumulated so many losses. Good right hand right there by Nietes.
Burden on Carrillo to jab more. I think Nietes can also jab more. He's very economical, like we've been saying. He likes to throw hard shots when he feels like he has you hurt or when he has a clean opening. But
Nietes is going to realize that Carrillo, he doesn't fight well going backwards. Anytime he will put pressure on him and throw combinations, right there, you know, by
Left hook
Carrillo,
from
gets
Carrillo.
himself a little bit out of control.
Number 6. That first title was won back in 2007. 105 pounds he won.
you might ask, how are some fighters able to fight late in their careers as their age continues to increase, and some aren't? And I would say fundamentals. The shot, his feet are always in the right position. And when you have good fundamentals and great fundamentals on athleticism and speed and power, they tend to fall off the cliff and fall off rather quickly.
See, Nietes, he's more of a boxer, counterpuncher style as well. If he's more of an aggressive fighter, then his years could be shortened. And I don't think 38 is really old. You know, I'm 37, I'll be 38 this year. It has a lot to do with your body as well, you know. How much you take care of your body outside of the ring and also during your training camp.
Manny Pacquiao at 42 years old. So many reports this week of the talks of a Pacquiao-Crawford welterweight showdown.
Name Manny Pacquiao, I don't think about age.
You think about Rolexes, Tim. You think about Rolexes is what you think about.
And many Teslas,
Well, this would be the ultimate test to find out how special Pacquiao is, as his fellow countryman is in control here, coming to the end of round number 6. Nietes,
without question, he's the man.
Dre, obviously everybody wants to see an Errol Spence fight, but in listening to the two, and that would be one of the biggest, if not the biggest, fight that you could make in Pacquiao-Crawford. There's a big difference between a great match, a great bout, and a big event. This would be a big event.
Of course, and Spence Crawford, but if Errol Spence wins another title against Ugas and he's got 3 out of the 4 belts, and Terrence Crawford takes care of business against Manny Pacquiao, all of a sudden
is because the WBA has put Pacquiao as the champion in recess. Nietes has been controlling things, the 4-division world champion, who is coming off the long layoff. Last fight was December of 2018. WBO Junior Bantamweight World Championship then. Had a 12-round split decision against Kazuto Ioka. 17-year pro, very popular. He is headlined as the main event fighter. A right hand from... Remember, at the end of this 10-round co-feature, we will get right to the World Championship fight between Carl Frampton and Jamel Herring. Wide sweeping left.
Nietes is going to realize that Carrillo can't fight well going backwards. He's pressuring now.
He's dealt with so much recently. Everybody's had the layoff in the sport, but then COVID positive.
We saw Nietes open up with both hands and be more aggressive than we've seen him this whole fight, and that's what he does in baseball. He'll just keep chipping away, a little bit here, a little bit there. And
one of the shots that he's looking for, Dre, is the left hook. You know, I see him
There's an
a couple
uppercut.
of times last round. Beautiful uppercut.
But Carrillo's game. Nice three-piece from Nietes.
Carrillo was just walking straight forward, yet they just met him with punches.
From Nietes, he gets hit with a shot, he makes the adjustment, he rolls to the side, he rolls back, hands are in position, and he's looking for a shot. He didn't have one, so he resets. Beautiful, beautiful sequence, even though he got hit with a punch.
And then a three-punch combination on the inside.
Try to take him to that place of submission. He's going to use rough house tactics, get in the inside, and I assure you that Bomac. So I'm not really worried about it tonight, Tess, at all. I think he's going to be just fine. I think he's going to find the proper distance.
I think Nietes has pretty much tamed Carrillo to fight the fight that he wanted to fight. In fact, I think it's been that way the whole way. Tough fighter, so he's going to keep throwing, but good shot from Nietes. I don't see Carrillo trying to land shots that he's setting up. He's just sort of surviving in there.
His game plan just stinks tonight. You know, that's not the game plan I would come in against an older fighter, a veteran fighter, and Nietes. That right there is what game plan I would come in.
That right uppercut again from Nietes. Very sneaky.
Carrillo's getting real aggressive, and he's leaning just a tad bit over the front knee. That's why you're seeing Nietes looking for the uppercut. You know, he's a veteran.
Jose Zepeda and Elvis Rodriguez also fighting on ESPN that night. 10th and final round here between Nietes.
Last round as well, but a hug and all that stuff, that's a lot of respect both men have for one another right now, man.
Sounds like a little too much respect for you, Tim.
A little
Pace
bit
picked up
respect.
here from Carrillo.
Been educated. You can't do anything but give respect, and that's what Carrillo's doing right now. When you have a fighter in Nietes who's taken away your greatest strength, but he exploits all your weaknesses that he has on his odometer. He just seems to fight younger, smoother, sharper, and he's smarter than what one may think, and that's what Carrillo has understood the hard way in this fight. So Nietes wins more fights with his brains, his IQ, and his experience than he does any physical gift that he has. And I never wanted to get to this point. I always wanted to keep the IQ and the physical gifts in line together. But it's a beautiful thing to see a fighter go late in age.
He beat everybody with his mind. That's why he stayed in the business a long time.
Donnie Nietes knows how to swim without getting wet.
He does a little bit of everything, right? Stepping to the side, stepping around, going down to the body.
The key is in the eyes for Nietes. He's just always looking at the target, even in the midst of...
That's the kind of work that Nietes probably wanted to feel good about coming off the long layoff. Tim, your final thoughts on seeing the 4-division world champion here in Dubai?
Tess, he impressed me tonight. You know, he started off real slow, very patient, placing his shots. You know, had no answers. You know, you got to learn how to fight from every position. You got to learn how to fight going backwards, going forward, going to the side. You got to learn the sweet science.
And we can confirm that the new WBO International Super Flyweight Champion is Donnie Nietes.